Hey guys, what's going on? Andy Elliott, One Percenter Podcast. Today, I have two brothers, which by the way are extremely successful. And over this last year, I've gotten very close to them. And man, I've watched them transform their whole life. And you know, it's not always financial, right? Like you'll learn. And by the way, I think we're going to call this podcast the real definition of success. Because I was just talking to him. You're 38, was that right?
Yep.
How old are you?
37.
37, so you guys are very close in age. You guys live in Florida. You got a beautiful life. You got a crazy story, cool comeback story. Anybody can do this. They're going to talk about that. But I asked him, I was like, you know, if somebody would ask you at 18 years old, what's the definition of success? You would have given an answer. Yeah. What about 25? What about 30? You know, what about now at 38? Man, you'd give different answers at all those different times. And basically, the one thing that anybody that's watching this, if they want to have a great life, they need to mature and understand what is the real definition of success. And if you want to learn how to get the real definition, well, instead of waiting 20 years to go through all the things and do them wrong and, you know, trial and error, just ask someone who's really successful and say, hey, what's the definition of success now? And they'll probably tell you an answer that you weren't expecting if you're 18 years old or 25 years old, but you may think, wow, well, the sooner I understand that, the sooner I can get, well, I don't have to wait till I'm 38, I can get it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because you start approaching things differently. And so that's what we want to do. We want to challenge today, what is the true definition of success? And if you listen to this podcast, if you listen to this video, if you really want to change your life, I'm willing to bet by the end of this, your definition of success will change, but your life's going to completely change. So guys, I love you. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for having us.
By the way, if you're watching this right now, they're into real estate really big. I will tell you at some point during this, but I might as well tell you now. There's going to be a link down in the description box below. We have nothing to sell you. There's a link down in the description box below that says how to go from 0 doors to 100 doors, right? And what does that mean? They went to 100 units, okay, 100 pieces of real estate, and they're going to teach you how to do it. And they'll give it to you for free. And so it doesn't cost you nothing. All you have to do is click on it. And if you're willing to do the work and just study it, just learn it, just read what they're telling you, then you'll know how to do what they did. So why don't you introduce you and your brother and kind of tell everybody kind of like, you know, who you guys are today.
Yeah.
So people can understand like who you are today. And then let's go back and I'll ask a question. What does success mean to you guys at 18 years old? And maybe we'll give a little backstory too about how you guys come up. Is that cool?
That's cool. Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I love you guys, man. By the way, second time that you guys have been with me. I'm with you guys. I'm with them all the time. And anytime I get to share, they're very successful. Anytime I get to share y'all's stories, it's super cool. And by the way, very crazy story. You guys probably weren't supposed to be where you are right now. Right. No one ever thought you would be where you are right now. They have a big, beautiful life, big, flashy cars, houses, beautiful wives, kids. They have the American dream.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
They're happy, you know, and you guys have been working on your physical condition. Like all these things are coming together, but it wasn't always that way. And so we'll talk about that. So what do you guys do exactly right now so everybody can understand watching this?
So first of all, we're coming back here. I'm 43 pounds lighter than I did the first time.
Crazy.
So I appreciate everything you've done for us, for me especially. So again, a lot of times when you said you were 18 years old, you're just thinking how to get that money fast, how to be independent from your parents, your uncle, whoever. You depend on the government or whatever. You just want to be free and make your own money. That's probably like where I was when I was 18 years old. But when you concentrate on money as the only target, you start neglecting a lot of things, like yourself, your health, your relationship with God, maybe with your parents, with your spouse, or you know, whatever that you're into. So that was a mistake that I think I was making, where it's like you just want it so bad that you're willing to neglect a lot of things that you would, you know, you later on in your life you would pay for. So for me personally, it was my health. You know, like first, like let me get a degree, so you know that American dream that a lot of people, including myself, fell under. Then it's like, oh, let me go to work, let me keep neglecting and looking at the money as the price. Where in reality, it's now that I'm 38, it's really, money is very important vehicle, but it's a vehicle to get somewhere. It's not the destination. You know, we heard it many times. It's so true, and I hope the younger entrepreneurs out there, the younger hustlers and go-getters, really think about that statement. Where what is it at the end? It's not the money. So what are you trying to achieve? For me, it's I wanted to replicate myself. I want to live forever, right? So it's the family. You can only do it through the family. If you have like that crazy run and you like make billions of dollars, and then you just die, and then it goes to God knows where. It's like a beautiful like firework, boom. But then how do you make it more than that? How does that? What do you leave behind after yourself? A couple of dollars? I mean, I don't know. For me, it's a little bit of empty, but it only comes to you once you get there, and you realize you have the money, and then there's like, okay, you don't have a good relationship with your family, you don't have any children, you don't have a relationship with God, you just feel like you're on your own.
There's something still always missing.
Yeah, so.
Because we've all known this. A lot of people that have a lot of money, they're not really happy.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not. Listen to me. I mean, I have billionaires, guys that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, that just, they drink every night to numb the pain, because they didn't take care of their kids. They didn't take care of their wife.
100%.
They're on their third divorce. They don't like who they are. When they're getting dressed in the morning, they look in the mirror and they're like, I don't like that guy.
Right.
But then you go into work, and when you do work, you just stay busy, so you don't have to think about anything. And then at the end of the day, you got to really think, what's up? Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the podcast. As you're listening to my Armenian brothers, these guys are absolute badasses. They're amazing. They're giving away a free training guide on how to go from 0, which is 0 units, 0 doors, to 100 doors quick. It's pretty crazy, because when I released my first course, it was from 0 to 100,000 fast for salespeople, how to go from 0 to 100,000 really quick in sales. And I charged for it. You guys are giving this away for free. So if you're watching this right now, and obviously if you look up how do people become millionaires, multimillionaires, Google will tell you it's real estate. And so if you want to know how to go from 0, if you want to learn, whether you're in real estate or not, if you want to learn what you need to learn, you get educated on money. It's absolutely free. How to go from 0 to 100 doors. There's going to be a link right now. It's going to be down in the description box on this YouTube channel. Just go down to the link, click on it. You can download it, read it, and you'll learn how they did it. So I love you guys. Hope this brings you a lot of value. I know it'll change your life. Let's get back to the video. And then that's why it's just a missing piece of the puzzle. And so I think fast forwarding from 18 to 25 to 30. You're married. You have 2 kids, right?
I have 3 kids.
3 kids. And how many do you have?
1.
1. You guys, like, making sure that we're the hero to our wives and and our kids, and making sure that we're taking good care of our bloodline. And honestly, like, being a leader, I don't know about you guys, but I have learned the greatest, scarcest resource on planet Earth is leadership. And if you want to make more money, if somebody's like, I want to make more money on this, okay, cool. Increase your value. And how do you increase your value? By becoming a leader. And nobody is going to want you to lead them, because nobody wants a boss. Nobody wants a freaking manager.
Right.
People want a coach. People want a good leader. And if you take care of yourself, and you can do that, and notice he said, I didn't take care of my health. If you take care of yourself, you're going to look up, man, and you're going to have people that want to be you. And when those people want to be you, because you've self-led yourself, which means that they want to be you, now that they want to be led by you, and that's where real impact, that's where you really leave your mark in this world.
100%. I want to tell you something. I stopped drinking about a year ago, and I wasn't like an alcohol or anything like that. It's just like somebody's party, there's a wedding, it's my birthday. I don't know, we made shitload of money, let's go celebrate. It's like occasional drinking, but then I would drink like let's kill this bottle, right? Not like a shot or anything like that. But I want to tell that to the viewers. You have no idea how many people look up to you without telling you that they're looking up to you. When I stopped drinking, there's people around me that would drink less or maybe don't drink at all that I wouldn't know. And then I would hear these stories where like, hey boss, like we'll go out with the managers or friends or my brother, be like, dude, I don't really want to drink. A lot of times I would drink because you were drinking. So they might not tell you this, or like you might be your friends that you're friends with. They looking up to you, but they're not gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
But trust me, they do. You start acting better, you start becoming a better person, you'll see other people would want to level up with you.
It's morally the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Is change and be the highest level of human excellence possible, because when you do, you're positively influencing people to live right versus negatively influencing people. Because remember, everything you're doing is influencing somebody
100%.
in some way, shape, or form,
Yeah.
right? If you're bad to your wife, it's influencing people to say, hey, you know what? Screw the family. But when you're good to your wife, you're good to your kids, it's showing people, hey, man, family values matter,
Right.
It's 100%.
right? Pretty crazy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you don't think anybody's watching you. But,
Yeah,
dude, they're
exactly.
all watching
Yeah,
you.
Everyone's watching.
Yeah, they're all watching. And the cool thing is that honestly, like even myself, I look for good leaders every day. When I see a guy walking down the road and he's holding his wife's hand and they're laughing, I'm like, shit, I need to go home and be better to my wife. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, yes.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know I needed that, but then I see it and it just catches me. It's like it triggers me. It's like self-assessment. It's like, man, I need to go laugh with my wife. You know, it's been a week since we laughed. We're in a serious mode. We're in a growth mode. We got to have some fun, man. 100%. You know, fun isn't a luxury. It's mandatory.
Yeah.
Right? Like it shouldn't be something like we get to do it when we earn it. No, you should do it every day.
Yeah.
Like that's dumb.
That's one of the things me and the shot we decided to do. Anytime we have a win or a loss, we celebrate.
Yeah.
Because that's an achievement. That's someone, even if it's a loss, we're like, let's never do this again. Let's celebrate.
Yeah,
like over a steak,
it gives you a
doesn't
chance
matter.
to talk through it and understand where we went wrong. Dude, I'm going to tell you this. I think losses are more important than wins.
Yes.
I really do, and I hate them. I hate them, and they're not fun. I know that you guys know losing isn't fun, but when you're a winner, anytime that you lose, you immediately self-reflect. It gives you an opportunity to get better, and you always got to look at a loss and say, okay, there's got to be some good in this, right? Number one, it gives us a chance to get better, right?
Yeah.
You know, like Jim Rohn always said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. And so, like, it's never going to get easier, but you can always get better. So when you lose, it gives you a chance, you know, to get better. So tell everybody the grow up with you and your brother, how you guys got together and how you guys got into this real estate game.
So,
because it's a pretty crazy story. So why don't you tell them?
So me and the shot, we always been an entrepreneur in the heart. We always talk about we wanted to get the American dream, and American dream we used to think is go to college, get a degree, and then get a job, and you basically set for life. And it was
you did that.
We did that. We got engineering jobs, and it was so far from the truth, and especially now it's even farther from the truth.
Let's talk about something. Engineering job pays how much a year?
Anywhere from like 50 to 100,000 a year.
Depending on your work experience.
Okay, so you're thinking, hey, I can earn 6 figures a year. I got a degree. I'm good, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk through that now.
And
You said it's never been further from the truth.
And we realized I felt like I was stuck in prison, or I don't know, stuck in a box. Me and him on the phones, like, we got to do something. This can't be just 2 weeks on vacations, and we don't spend any time with the family. Like, there's no way out. Then we started talking about different type of businesses to have. Then Shot went, and he left the engineering job first. He started doing the trucking. Now that business, we have 130 trucks.
When he started that, did you think he was crazy?
Yes.
I mean, because at that point, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. No.
You're like, bro, don't leave the job.
Yeah, because I'm always.
You know what I'm saying? Was he scared?
No, like now I
he's
realize.
more like the reserved one.
Right.
Like if you ask me, like from before to
No, but back then. Though.
back then I was
back
like
then
crazy.
Is like
I was like I'm still low risk tolerance compared to him.
yes.
So it's like let's go. I want 100% win. I hate to lose.
Yeah.
And I mean, and everything.
You don't take bets you know you can't win.
Yes.
Yes.
So my winning rate has to be 99.9%.
Yeah. No, me too. I feel the same way. I take all these bold moves and risks,
Yeah.
but I think I'm gonna get it. You know, but like in the early days, I remember, you know, the same way. Like my wife tried to convince me to leave my job after 10 years. And I told her, I was like, babe, I kept telling her, I kept repeating the same thing. I'm like, babe, you don't understand. My mom left when I was a kid. You know, she's like, wah. Same victim story. She's like, that's it? That's it? And I was like, babe, why are you so mean? And she's like, no, you don't get it. You know what I mean? I'm glad that you did what you did, but now it's time for the next step.
Right, next chapter.
And I'm like, that scares the hell out of me. Because what if it don't work?
Mm-hmm.
I got to come back here and beg for my job again? And she's like, Andy, it will work. And I'm like, but how do you know? And she's like, because it will.
Yeah.
And that's the way
100%.
it works.
That's what Ashad tells me.
Right.
He's
And
like,
so-
it will work.
Yes, and dude, listen, so you need that. And my
Yeah.
wife was that. She was the shot. It will work. And dude, it did work. I tripled my income. It will
That's
work.
awesome.
And this is when I was 28. And so, but all right, so he gets in and then you
Then we started. I was still in my engineering job. Then we started investing into real estate.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, real estate is awesome. Once we accumulated enough properties, I was able to quit my job. I think we were at maybe like 30 units at that time.
Mhm.
So I know it's probably
How
still a
long
little.
did that take though back then?
Like 3-4 years.
Okay, so 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Again, and
You
you
guys are
remember,
making some moves.
Yeah, we're making some moves, but we don't know anything. There is no free booklet.
No, no,
Of course,
no.
there's no like.
You guys
if
are
this is
just doing it.
2015,
Yeah,
16.
we don't
so-
know. Like the biggest thing took us the longest to figure out what bank to go to get a mortgage, because like through mortgage you can grow a little faster.
That's a huge piece of the puzzle.
Yeah,
Huge bit.
and then who do you go to? So in the PDF we're giving out for free, we actually tell them exactly what bank and what state to go to.
Good.
We go to a different bank now than we used to go to.
Good. Okay.
And it takes time. Unless you go through the whole phase, you don't know this.
Okay, let's make sure everybody understands this. Okay, they obviously have multiple businesses. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Google real estate. It'll tell you the number one way to get rich. What creates more millionaires than anything else in the world is real estate. There's different types of real estate. There's a free downloadable guide on how to go from 0 to 100 doors on the link below down the description box. Just do it. Don't leave this podcast. Just go down there, click on it, download it, and then print it off later and read it. Okay. He says, what banks do you use? One of the biggest things is if I want to get in real estate, I'm like, I don't have a lot of money. You don't have to have a lot of money to get in real estate. You need to be resourceful. You have resources. They're going to share all that with you guys. So, okay, so you started to understand. You quit your truck. You quit your engineering job. And then what did you do?
And then we just went full in with all businesses together because like us combined.
Where were you guys living at this time?
This is suburbs of Philadelphia.
Okay, so you guys are in Philadelphia at this time.
Right.
This is probably you're 30 years old.
Oh yeah, like a little. We started like probably I was 27, something like that.
Okay,
like
so this is 10 years ago, basically, that you
Yeah.
guys are at 30 doors. You're walking away. You graduated college. You're realizing your degree, you're not ever going to use it
nothing,
now.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nothing. It's a piece of paper, right? And so, and now you know that, right? What
Yeah.
your degree paid versus what you're making now.
Especially like nowadays, like 2024. Like I would never even consider even engineering to go back to school. I think it's the system is broken. You can get all this information for free online. Like
Yeah, if you're willing to hustle, instead of the teacher telling you go do your homework, you gotta do your own homework, do your own research. I know you and you have a lot of shit going on. You're still out there researching
Every day.
any new tools that came out within the social media platform, within sales, everything. You don't need a professor to tell you got an A or a B or an F. You give it yourself.
Yeah, and plus, I want to say something to everybody, and I think this is where a lot of people like start wars. Like one guy says, "Don't go to college." The next guy says, "Guys, go." Okay, cool. Let me tell you why I'm not really a big fan of it today in 2025. I noticed that you said now.
yeah,
Okay. Well, number one, like somebody that did go to college 20 years ago, you did need to go to college
Oh, yeah.
because the American dream was go to college, get
Yes.
a job. And the factory worker got paid hourly, but if you got a degree, you could make 6 figures a year. So in the United States, you had to choose, do I make 30,000 a year, right? Like a teacher,
Yeah.
or do I make 100,000 a year and I got a degree and I
Right.
get really good?
Exactly.
But that's all changed now.
Right.
yes.
And so the people that are now, 40, 50, 60 years old, if you say things like don't go to college, they get very offended
Right.
because they don't understand what era that we're in right now. They don't understand. They weren't 18 in this era. They weren't 20 in this era.
Yeah,
If they were 18 and 20 in this era, and you're in the self-development world, where literally everyone in the world that's created billion-dollar industries will give this away to you for spending, $1,000 on a ticket or $3,000, or even watch it on YouTube for free, how to build a business, and watch 300 business videos on how to build a business, and then understand the concept, and boom, go
Yeah.
do it. Like you're going to school, you're going to pay 50 grand to go to school to learn from a business degree on how to build a business from a professor who never built a business.
Correct.
He
Correct.
never even built a business.
not only that,
I'm not mad at him. He's teaching, he's doing his job, but he's never built a business. So he doesn't really even understand. He doesn't
He
knows the
understand when you have a
textbook.
payroll on Friday and on Wednesday you figure out how do you have enough money.
Yeah, you got to
Like
go
all
find
these
how to
things.
get your cash.
But
Where-
the biggest thing is like they inquiring debt that they're not even ready to pay off. They never had $200,000 in debt. How are they gonna pay it off? Somebody that just so that's why I'm against college because it's so expensive. They don't teach you enough.
Yeah.
You're better off just reading different. Just
Yeah,
surround
and
yourself.
by the way,
with, like,
college isn't free.
Yeah.
So like I think when people start fighting, no, you need to go to college. Okay. So would you want your son to be put 100 grand in debt right now? No, I don't want him to be put 100 grand in debt. Okay, cool. But you want him to go to college? Yeah, I want him to go to college. Good. Then you want him to put 100 grand in debt.
Well,
So
what's the number one commodity today? It's not Bitcoin, right? It's time. So you spending 4, 5, 6 years in college, that you can probably get a mentor or go online and get it within a year. The same amount of information, whatever you want to be, you want to open a car wash, you want to be in sales, you can do that within a year.
Yes.
But having a good mentor, going online and actually wanting to do it yourself
Yes.
versus college,
Huge.
that 5, 6 years. So what is that 4, 5 years of your life worth? When you're at 20 years old, when you're at your prime, you can learn like this. I can learn like, piano, 3 languages and tennis and everything else when I'm 20 years old. Like, that's how God created. And I'm sitting in the classroom with my ass on the seat and getting fat.
yeah, it's called compressing time frames. By the way, remember, we're all very like-minded. Okay, very successful people, big businesses. We don't have to balance a checkbook anymore for one simple reason. There was a 4-lane highway everyone else was going on, and if everyone else is doing it, you probably need to go the other way. And we went the other way, and we ended up with a different life. And honestly, if success was easy to obtain, no one would want it. No one would want it because it would be easy. The reason why it's so awesome, why people are like, I want to be financially free, is because most people, they just don't want to have money problems, because money problems really hurts a family. Financial problems can kill a family. It really, money stress is very hard on a family.
100%.
And so why would you want to go and limit what you can make by going to college? You can study in, sales, entrepreneurship, and intrapreneurship, and learning how to run a company. Those things are all, dividend pays, commission pays. They're not typically salary jobs. There may be some form of a base, but then there's the ability to earn more. And dude,
there's incentives.
Yeah, and incentives,
harder.
and that's what we live for.
Yeah.
The only people that ever build anything in their life where they have freedom are people that get outside of the hourly and the salary jobs.
100%.
Yes.
And so it is. And by the way, listen, I hear people all the time. My eyes are usually pretty red, and people are always like, "Oh, you need to go check your blood pressure. You're gonna die." No, dude, listen. I'm exhausted. I love my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm rested, but I'm exhausted. I intentionally am working so hard, and I've built such a great life. I am exhausted. But you know what? I was exhausted when I was a loser. I was exhausted when I was broke. I was exhausted when I was fat. I was exhausted when I didn't like who I was. I was exhausted when I wanted a good daddy or a good husband. I was exhausted then too.
Right.
And I'm
other
exhausted
shit.
now. Everybody's gonna.
Yeah.
People that build big businesses are exhausted. People that are losers are exhausted. It's like you're gonna be exhausted either way. So just choose your hard, right?
Yeah, unless you're not doing shit. I love that picture where it's like a pencil that haven't been written anything, and the one that's been like, you know what I mean? It's like it's easy to look good when you're not doing shit.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just wake up in the morning, you go to the gym, you come back, this and that. But it's like when you're trying to build businesses,
Yeah.
when you're trying to change people's lives, not just yours and your family.
Yeah.
When you think outside of yourself.
You're living for something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna be fucking tired, but guess what? It's gonna be worth it. You're gonna
Yeah.
like
You're
like
fulfilled.
life is short, but if you do it once is good enough. But
That's
some
it.
people need 30 fucking lives to get something where you can do it in one if you actually try.
I say that all the time. It's crazy. I say, I guarantee if you get into, and by the way, we're talking about what success means. This is a really pivotal piece to success. It is a gift to invest in yourself. Truly, in a world now where everybody's so busy, the phone always is chiming, binging, pinging. There's always a distraction. There's always an interruption. There's always something busy going on. It is a gift for any human being to say, you know what? I'm going to go spend some time to work on me. That to me, that little thing is why you guys are where you're at right now. And if anyone wants to go where they're going to go, you guys had to go against the grain. You had to go and boycott busyness. You guys had to focus on investing in yourself, and that gift created this life. Working on yourself is a gift. It is a gift. Most people see it as a chore. Most people see it as a hassle. Most people see it as frustrating. Like, God, I got to make time to.
Yeah.
If you think about it that way, you're never gonna make it, dude. It is the gift, because the only way for you to get better is to get better. And you can't get better if you don't take time to learn something. And every time, you know, your brain isn't your friend. Your mind isn't your friend. Your brain, dude, your mind is a piece of shit, and so is yours, and so is mine. So is all theirs. And every day, and I don't mean once a week or weekdays only, and you take off on the weekends. Every day, you have to be really good to you. You have to tell yourself who you are, what you're going to do today, how much you like yourself, why God put you here.
Right.
You have to be very clear to
Because
your mind.
your brain like is lying to you, saying,
Yes.
"Oh, it's not for me."
Yes.
It's like, oh, I can't get like no, like I guarantee you, most of the people are watching this says, "There's no way I can get to 100 units, 1,000." If I tell you what's our goal for the units, people are gonna laugh.
People would say that's the stupidest
Yeah.
shit you've ever said in your life.
But I'll tell you why I love real estate. Yeah, businesses, you can scale, you can make a lot of money in businesses, but real estate, number one, low failing rate. The average failing rate is like 10%. So that's number one. Number two, you can create passive income where it's gonna completely take away your bills.
Like you said, you quit your job as an engineer. Yeah.
Our first property where we bought, we were making cash on cash after all the expenses, $300 a month. We put the AT&T bill at that time we had, 300 family plan, and then we never had to pay. That property still pays for that bill. Right now we have a different account, but like the whole thing
but
is,
like one
One
bill at a time, one piece at a time.
and then financially free.
Yes, you're financially
And then you
free.
can do anything you
Yes,
want.
dude. That's the missing piece of the puzzle. But you and him had to learn, right, to believe in yourself.
Yes.
Right? A shot was like, "Hey, dude, we're worth it, bro." And you're like, "Yeah, but," and you're like, he's like, "No, dude, we're worth it. Like, we're worth it." And you're like, "Yeah, but you don't understand." He's like, "No, dude, we're worth it. We're gonna do this."
There's more something to life than just being there and then hating that and then going on vacation. So there's more to it. But it's funny that you said about the mind and stuff. I truly think that the devil lives in the mind and the God lives in the heart.
Yeah.
Because the devil will throw these things at you. Like, devil is not that stupid. It's very tricky and smart. The way it can attack us through the mind. Oh, don't do this, do this. But when we help with that, we help with the heart. Like sometimes you do a donation or you dive in to save somebody in the lake. It's not a smart thing to do, right? But your heart tells you you should do that.
Yeah.
So sometimes you
So
have to
good.
see who's in your ear. So most of the time, when it tells you you're not enough, this life is not for you. I was 43 pounds heavier. I was 226. I'm 183 now. I'm 38. I have millions. I can get any coach I want. I want any chef to pay me food. In my mind, the devil told me that you're not worth it. It's not for you. That life is not for you.
Yeah,
But
you-
through the
yeah,
heart,
you're
with the
not
good
like that.
people around me,
Yeah.
I was able to do that and believe that, no, it is for me.
It's so cool. And by the way, it's rolled into everyone around you, your wife, your children.
Yeah, exactly.
And ultimately, you know, at the end of the day, we have to live with ourselves, right? And, you know, a shot, if you don't like you,
Yeah.
and if you don't love you, you're not very good to your wife.
Yeah.
I'm not very good to mine. Truth is, I'm not very good to my kids. I'm not very good to my clients. When I don't like me, I'm just a piece of shit. But when I'm taking care of me and I like me, I'm a really good person to everybody. And so, like, you can't take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself. And, you know, business, I think 70% of people that are trying to build a big business normally tear their family down, go through a divorce, and they have these things, and then they're chasing this, and then when they get this, they lose this. And then eventually they end up losing this because they lost this, and it's so emotionally draining because everything that they loved went away because they got this, that their whole life is in shambles. And dude, your kids get hurt. Everybody gets hurt. And people just don't teach people how to win in business anymore. And I think the real definition of success is to truly get it all. Whatever is important to you, you know, empty the tank in all of those areas. And how you do it is everybody goes, well, isn't that impossible? No, you just eliminate. You have to start saying no to things that you have to say no to. Like, in order to go up,
Right.
you have to let go of some things in your life. You know, I mean, there might be some friends in your life you got to let go of.
Yeah.
There might be an employee in your company that, like, dude, you're like, we love this person, but they've got to go.
Yeah.
They're toxic. Like,
Sometimes
they
you
got
have
to
to
go.
do it.
Yeah, they're the best at what they do, but also they're the best at bringing everyone down in the
Yeah.
company. And every time that we have a new change or something, they eye roll. They don't care.
They don't believe.
They don't believe.
Within, how
Yeah.
do you have that person?
Yeah.
Within that doesn't believe. Forget
'Cause-
about the outside people.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
Do you remember, like, when we first started real estate, somebody's like, oh, I know the guy. He lost a lot of money in real estate. The banks took away. So it's like, don't ever get advice from people that have never done it. You always have to surround yourself with groups. Like, instead of college, I would just go work for Andy for free.
Yeah.
I would go work for a shop for free for myself. If I was able, if I go back when I'm 18 years old, if I had to redo it all, I would just go surround myself with the people that I want to be with.
Yep.
The way I see, that have a clear, that has done it before.
Yeah. Really smart. You said so. Basically, what you're saying is don't take advice from people that haven't gone where you want to go. Yesterday, we're doing an event in Miami, right, in Florida in February, right?
Right.
And so we ran an ad, local around Miami, just to sell 500 tickets to when we go in and just have them local people, right? I mean, that was our goal, just have a lot of people in Miami.
Yeah.
So there's no really hotel, there's no traveling, and people are just local in that area. And anyways, there was, I don't know, 500 leads that came in just yesterday. And so I picked up the phone because I wanted to call, because I always check my marketing department to see, hey, how good are the leads, right? Are you guys just, are you targeting fishermen, or are you targeting, like, leaders and salespeople and, our kinds of people in business? And anyways, I called 6 people, and my team's recording me, right? And I closed 6 for 6. So first 6, close 6. 6.
That's awesome.
I'm like, damn, 2 good things. Number 1, good job marketing. These are our people.
Right.
And then number 2, I'm like, this is the way to explain this event to these people. And so, like, I took the recording, sent it to my team. Everybody understands them. I said, go sell the event out, right? The 7th call, the last one, I didn't close. And I'm going to tell you this. Like, I wish I could tell you I closed it, but this is my last call. I didn't close it. And I'm going to tell you what the kid said. I'm going to tell you what I said to him. And he still didn't do it. But this is where I think a lot of people get stuck. Is the guy goes, yeah, I live with my mom. So I'm 20 years old. I live with my mom. I live with my grandma. I live with my dad. And I've been watching your content on social media for 2 years. He's like, so I love your stuff. It's already changed my life. But I'm going to college right now, and things are tight. And I said, all right, listen. I said the ticket's $1,000, right? So it's not a lot of money to come to this event. It's a 1-day deal. I said, question: do you have the money to go? I mean, that's just like look. If you don't have the money, then it'd be like, even if you wanted to go, I don't have the money, so that's fine. You know, you can always find it or whatever. But do you have it? And he goes, no, I do have it. I said, okay, all right, then let's talk about it for a minute. And I explained what he would learn, and he said, listen, I want to go. He said, but honestly, if I told my mom and dad that I was going to go to your event and I was going to pay $1,000 for it, they'd be really mad at me. And this is where people are like having other people look at them.
Yeah.
And they're so afraid to do something because changing in front of your peers or making a wrong decision in front of your peers, you're so scared, right? And so I asked him one question. I just said, hey, let me ask you a question. And this is like, I'm not disrespecting your parents, because I would never disrespect anybody's parents. I said, do you want to be in the same financial position as your mother and father?
That's perfect.
Just, do you want to be in the same financial position? And he said, no ways. They struggle all the time. And I said, okay, come to the event, break your bloodline. How cool would it be to be able to go buy your mom a new house? Think about more than yourself, bro. How cool would it be if your mother didn't believe in you right now, but you went all in, broke the family bloodline, bought your dad a new truck, bought your mom a new Lexus, bought your grandma a house, bought your mom a house, all because you had the courage to stand up and learn how to take care of your family. Bro, just show up one day. You'll be different for the rest of your life. And he's like, man, I wish I could do it. He's like, I just can't make a decision like that. And I just said, hey, I love you, man. I mean, it's just a ticket to an event.
Yeah.
So I said, I love you.
I
Have a
wonder
blessed
how
day.
much she's spending on college.
But a lot
But
of
regardless,
times people,
though, no, but we can go ahead, but I just want to say, regardless, though, like, there's a lot of people that are just paralyzed with fear.
100%.
Like, what if I spend money on myself, you know what I mean, and it doesn't work? Well, let's flip the other way, because you always have to reverse engineer everything. What if you spend nothing and you stay the same?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
I mean,
worse.
do you know what's freaking a nightmare to me? Repeating the last 10 years again. No.
No growth, nothing. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. You know, they're scared. Like you said, you want to be different than your parents financially, let's just say, and everything else is matching. Well, you have to do something they haven't done. And again, they might be sheltering you from this life, but because
Yeah.
that's what parents do, they just want
Keep
you
you
to be
safe.
fat and safe. Like I
Yeah.
remember having
You said they want to keep you fat and safe. Yeah.
right. So
They want to
just-
keep you as comfortable as possible.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I remember a drive with my father, and I love my father. He's a very smart man. He sacrificed, him and my mom sacrificed a lot for me and my brother to be here, sitting with you today. You know, bringing us to this country, no English, nothing. So I respect him a lot for everything and the risk that he took for us. But I remember driving with him.
And I want to say this:
Yeah.
that was the greatest risk you could take at that time.
100%.
If your father was in this generation, he would have taken the risk you took now.
Mhm.
But back then, that was
Right.
the greatest risk at that time.
100%.
So that's why, like, you can't compare then to now. That'd be like comparing financing in the early 1900s to now in real estate.
Yes, yeah.
Like, we have an unfair advantage now. But anyways, go ahead. So your dad, you're driving with him.
I'm driving with him, and we're talking about money because, you know, I have a different vision. I left college. I'm like now delivering, being a mailman and everything else. And then I'm getting 1 truck, 2 trucks, 10 trucks. I'm working very hard, and he sees that, and he tells me, we're driving, it's a long distance. And then he asks me, he's like, when is enough is enough? Isn't this a good life already? Why you keep working so hard? And I asked my dad, I was like, he's like, how much money do you want to make? And I just made up a number that time. I was like, I want to make $1 million a month. He starts laughing. He's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Stop the cap. Like, that's not a serious number. I'm like, let me ask you, Dad, a question. Like, do you think anybody in the world makes $1 million a month? Do you think there's people like that? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, let me ask you a question. Why do you think me and you don't deserve it? Why is it for someone else? And the rest of the ride home for 30 minutes, he didn't say one word. Because he realized, like, yes, there's other people. It's a limit that I'm placing on myself and subconsciously placing on my child.
Yeah.
I want to break through all that. I want to be the guy that changes
You
the
are.
family tree forever.
You both are.
Yeah.
You know, and they know now.
Oh, now they know.
Yeah. No, but so this is an important, and let's kind of end with this, is that sometimes until there's evidence that you can do what you say you can do,
100%.
no one's going to believe.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right? When you told your wife, because he has a smoking hot wife, and she's awesome. I mean, when we spent time together,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
Appreciate you.
Dude, your wife is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, you married up big time.
100%.
I'm not saying you're not a good-looking guy,
Yeah.
but like, I married up big time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, every guy should marry up big time.
Yeah.
Okay? And she probably didn't think you were going to lose 50 pounds. No. And she loves you.
Yeah.
But she knows how much you love food. She knows how much you love this. She knows how much you love that. To me, like, that was good that your dad kind of said, you know, that laugh that your father had, it's not like he's the bad guy,
Right.
but it's like you had to take it personal at that point to realize that, you know, hey, I haven't made $1 million a month. You know, I haven't given anyone evidence that I could do it. Yeah, sure, my dad can believe in me, but I get it. He has never seen it.
Right.
It's never happened in our bloodline. It's never happened in our family. You've never lost 50 pounds since you've been with your wife. I get it, you know? But now she knows. Dude, and when you did it, now he'll never question.
100%.
If you say you're going to do something, he's like, boy's going to do it.
Right.
I know he is. And then if you tell your wife that you're going to do something,
Yeah.
she's like, I know he's going to do it. I mean, it's like David Goggins talks about the cookies in the cookie jar, right? He's like, when you do something and you accomplish something, it's like you get this cookie in this cookie jar of like this win.
Yeah.
And then the next time you're going through something, you got to be like, okay, can I do this? And you're like, oh, let me reach in that cookie jar and remember, you know, when I beat that guy that I wasn't supposed to beat, when I overcome that problem, when everyone said I was finished, when I lost that 50 pounds,
Yeah.
when everyone told me that it was over, but I said, no, it's over when I say it's over. And then you pulled it through.
Mm-hmm.
And then now this next obstacle, you're like, you win.
Yes.
Because that cookie jar
You know,
is that win.
we just started a YouTube channel not too long ago, and like the number one believer in our channel is our dad now.
Ooh.
And it's like,
Dude, he's probably getting to really learn a lot about you guys. He probably learns more about you through social media than he does talking to you, right?
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
he said that
different
too.
stories. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
completely
because,
different
like,
perspective.
Because he gets, because he gets to watch you from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
So cool, man.
So I love it. The fact that like now he believes on us more than we do.
But
It's
the point is like to
amazing.
the viewers is like believing in yourself. But how do you do that? Exactly what you said. Follow through with yourself. Your wife might not believe in you. Your dad might not believe in you. Whoever is your best friend might not. But you have to believe, because the truth is, you promised yourself too many times, and you didn't follow through. So subconsciously, it's like you don't believe in yourself. So start getting those wins, small ones, and stack them, and then the world will see. Because you'll pull through.
But
for
then
yourself.
it's like one of the things I wanted to say is like, imagine if I would tell you, Andy, I'm gonna get an 8-pack. You're not gonna say that's impossible. Versus if I tell it to somebody else
Right.
that loves me, be like, no, it's not for you. You only have I have a 3-pack, right? So it's like it's in between, sometimes a 2-pack. So
You can
it's
do a
but
whole
if,
episode about why do you have the
Yeah.
3-pack.
yeah, but the whole thing is like, if I would tell you, you're not gonna say it's impossible. So the moral of the story is surround yourself with people that have done it,
Yeah.
that have it, and ask them to coach you, get advice from them, watch the videos, just be around the people what you want to achieve.
Yeah, and a good
It
coach
doesn't
will
matter
say,
what it is. It
will
doesn't
say
have
by
to
when.
It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
100 units, 1,000 units. It can
Yeah.
be whatever you want to desire. Surround yourself with people that have the
But
same
the
vision.
desires will change. When I was 20 years old, I was telling my dad, all I want is $20,000 a month. He's like, come on, you got like that's like not a lot. I'm like, are you kidding me? I already did the whole math. 5,000 mortgage, 2,000 a car, this, that, shopping with me and my wife, 20,000. So whatever your dreams are, trust me, you want a lot more than that. You're putting a cap on yourself, glass ceiling.
One thing at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then once you hit that, you start to realize 20,000 wasn't what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And you're like, I need 50,000, and then you get 50, and you're like, damn, I didn't know they were going to take that much in
Yeah.
taxes. You're like, I need 100, and then you're like, whoa,
What was I thinking? That's not enough.
wait a minute, and then you're like, and a long story short, bottom line is that the more belief you have, the more skill you learn, the better of a person you become, right?
Yeah.
The easier it is to get these things. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
it. Guys, super important. Everyone right now, I would say 100% of you, if you made it to this part of the video, you're the true 1%ers. That just means that, you're always like, every time I'm watching some kind of training, I'm always like, dude, there's probably going to be $1 million idea, a $10 million idea. Like, it's going to come up, and I'm not going to miss it. And so I just pay attention. And because someone could say just one thing, it might be the last minute of a 60-minute podcast. That's just like, okay, that's the game changer. What I would tell you is if you've got that information through this video, take it. Don't just learn it, live it. Okay? So make the changes you need to make to now. Whatever you need to say no to, say no to. Whatever you need to start saying yes to, say yes to. And then lastly, make sure you guys go down in the description box below. Make sure you download their 0 to 100 doors, how to get 100 units in real estate. It's absolutely for free. My favorite 4-letter F word, F-R-E-E. Doesn't cost you nothing. Okay? And I love you guys. And then lastly, how can they follow you guys on social media? I know you're just starting to build up, but you guys drop some really fire content. How can they find you on social media?
Appreciate it. So we have a YouTube channel actually called New American Dream.
New American Dream.
New American Dream, because like we talked about in the podcast, American Dream is life well. It's just different than what it used to be.
Yep.
So New American Dream.
I love that.
Channel is our YouTube channel.
So YouTube, go follow New American Dream. And then on Instagram.
My Instagram is vaz.avakian, A-V-A-K-Y-A-N.
Got it. Okay. Well, make sure. What's your Instagram?
Official Ashot ASHOT.
Yeah.
Avakian AVAKYAN.
Yeah, we'll make sure we put them on the screen.
Appreciate it.
Okay, guys. Hey, love you. You guys have a blessed day. We appreciate you guys. You just met the Armenian Savage brothers that are awesome. They're the most loving people I've ever met in my life. I go train with Patrick Bet David every year. They're always there. They're also in our brotherhood. We see them all the time. They're doing cool things. They have great families. They're winning all around in every area. And every year, they're just growing like freaking crazy. I can't wait where we're watching this podcast like 4 years from now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get 4 years older, but 4 years from now, we're just like, oh my God. And we're all just like totally different, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And so, guys, it's your time to change. Let's go. We love you guys. Surround yourself with the right people. Have a blessed day. See you next time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey guys, looks like you made it to the end of the video. You're the true 0.0001%ers. Look, I know 1%ers that can make it halfway through the video, but making it all the way through, you guys are the best. Now, here's what I'd like to do. Number one, I want to get closer to you. The fact that you made it all the way through the video, you're like, man, dude, I want to roll with this guy. Okay, so I need to connect with you. Down below, there's a description box on this YouTube video. There's a link. It says Coach with Me one-on-one, okay? If you'll go and you'll enter your information, I'll reach out to you in the next 24 hours. You can tell me what you need help with, what your goals are, and we will crush it together. I would love to help you guys go to the next level in life. You can tell I'm changing my life really fast, and I know that you guys want the same thing. I'd love to go with you on that journey. So right now, if you'd like to partner with me, team with me, if you want me to help coach you and push you, everybody needs a coach, a higher level of accountability to go to the next level. Go to the description box below, click on the link, fill out your information. I'll talk to you in the next 24 hours. Let's kill it.